I'm Alex.
I'm Zach.
There's Two Kids Vids.
And today we're doing a review of an old shit film.
It's not that old, it was only made in 2009.
Pretty old. Don't Look Up.
Still don't understand why the film's called
No.
that.
There is no explanation as to why you don't look up.
It's like calling Alien a bowl of spaghetti. It has one person does it once in the film. Once.
And that's because she's an actress doing a scene for a film that the main character's filming.
Basically, what it says the plot is, back in ancient times, a gypsy woman had to have a child because she made a deal with the devil that she'd be with some girl with some fine-ass pimp, and the thing for the devil wanted them to have a kid, so he could, the devil spawn or whatever, but it makes no sense, because the devil spawn doesn't do shit.
But then the devil's child gets killed and haunts the place. Then hundreds of years later, a film is filmed on that location, but the director vanishes before it's finished filming.
Which could be very creepy, and would have been a better film. Would have been better film than what we got. And there, basically, it starts out with the little title thing for exposition, blah blah blah, gypsy, devil bullshit,
sort of thing,
devil satanic bullshit, and all that crap. Stuff you don't really care about.
And then it tells you the sponsors of the film.
Then it's just that is weird. It gives you a little explanation, then the sponsors of the film come up. Why does it do that? I have no friggin' idea.
Usually it's sponsors and then text of the film introduction.
It kind of takes away from the explanation. Plus the explanation, it's loosely connected with what we got.
Yes.
I mean, after we got the credit things going up, the sponsors, we get to see the dude who played the bad Jew out of Inglourious Bastards. Sergeant Dana Donowitz. And he's like a German film director, and he's the only person who you will recognise in this film. I recognised no one else! No one else! He was the only one who I recognised, and he only appeared for less than a minute. Hardly even 40 seconds. And you see he's doing this film thing, this gypsy woman acting, and then he's like, weird stuff's happening, gets his camera and starts running outside, and then he sees like
a ghost. The devil child is now a ghost, haunting the place she was killed, and gets rid of the director.
We don't know what it does, just cuts.
Just a load of water.
Get this! The evil devil child looks exactly like Namako from The Ring. If you watch The Ring before you've watched this, you'll watch this and you'll be like, this is a Ring clone.
Except for one little thing. She's made of flies in this.
We'll get to those fucking flies later.
Backstory that has no relevance to this.
We'll get to the flies later on.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to our main character, this dude who's like a filmmaker, coming out of some weird psycho seizure thing.
Some psychic, what's the word? Illusion, vision.
Yeah, well,
psychic vision.
He's like going, and so he's like, goes to the computer. That's a brilliant idea. Turns out he's a film director and he's also writing a film, which makes me think, is that how M. Night Shyamalan gets his ideas? Through psychic seizures, which he thinks are good ideas?
That makes sense.
It would make a lot more sense than they just pull this shit out their ass. Though, oh god.
But we find out something unusual. He has some mental disorder that you never find out what it's called, that allows his subconscious to take memories from in the air of the location, put them together, so it's like he's wet in the memory itself.
How the hell he can take the memory of a film director who died in Romania out of his apartment building in America, though, goes completely unexplained. How the hell can he do that?
I don't know.
It makes no sense. Then you see him on the phone, it's like, I need to get to a girlfriend's house. And you see his girlfriend has cancer, and he's like, she's been really, having a little heart-to-heart talk instead of really that heartfelt.
Then her brother starts being a little bit of a douche.
Brother comes and says, "Oh, get out, you're not supposed to be here, yeah." And that's basically the first 10 minutes of the film, and you're already confused. I'm like, are there meant to be ghosts or something?
I don't know.
So far, all we've got is blah 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 exposition, credits. Eli Roth, that guy from Inglourious Basterds shows up, a ghost, and then somebody, a girlfriend. Are you confused yet? Oh, I sure as hell I was. Because I swear to God, remember this. He says, the brother says, "Stop messing with my sister's head." Remember that line. Remember that line. Stop messing with my sister's head. Then the film director has to go to Romania because he needs to remake this film. Well, he's not really remaking it.
He says to this other guy, he's like, "Oh, this director, he had a film. He started filming a film. It was never finished. I have the whole reel here." Remember that? He has the whole reel.
The whole reel.
The whole damn reel. And he wants to finish making the final scene.
He needs to finish the film because he wants to finish it. And this Romanian dude who drove him there is like, no, it's superstition. Very bad to finish unfinished film. Which is two things. One, that's not a Romanian gypsy saying. You just pull that out your arse. And number two, if you can't finish an unfinished film, how the hell do you make a film in the first place? Because at some point the film is going to be unfinished. Yeah. And I swear to God. Then it's like, oh, here we are, we're at the place, and we need to start doing all this stuff,
And then we get two main characters speaking English about kind of important bits about the story and the plot. And then this Romanian guy, he's got English subtitles to stuff the Romanian guy's watching in Romanian.
At the same time. That's one of the golden rules of subtitle and speaking. Do not have someone speaking in a different language than the subtitles there. Otherwise, you don't know what to concentrate on. The people who are speaking or the subtitles below.
To be honest, I can't even remember what the people were saying. I was reading subtitles.
To be honest, when the subtitles were on, 100% of the subtitles are pointless.
Just random
They
watchings.
are pointless. You could take away the subtitles, get rid of those Romanian lines, and it wouldn't have changed a goddamn thing.
They were trying to be funny.
They were trying to be funny, but they were failing.
Very much so.
Very failing. Then he's like, "Oh, this brilliant place to do the film." Get this through your heads though. This place where he's gonna film his big film, it was the place where the gypsy girl in the explanation thing died, but it was also the place where that first filmmaker filmed it, and now vanished, and now he's gonna film it there.
Doesn't that kind of make you think that something's gonna go wrong straight there?
Look, it makes no sense. Don't film a film about someone who's dead in the actual place where they died. I mean, you know that film, The World Trade Center? Yeah, I know that film kind of sucked and no one remembers it. But they didn't film it in the World Trade Center, did they?
Severely disrespectful.
Even though this film's 100% bullshit, who bloody cares? I don't know, that is a real gypsy folk tale. I think it's someone's pulled it out their arse.
Probably made it up.
Yeah. Then, he's got his film crew and they start filming it.
Then a couple of things happen, like looking up into the corner or something.
Yeah, basically the first shot they got is this gypsy girl got a candle. And that's meant to be their first piece of the film.
And that's pretty much one of the only times you see anyone looking up.
It's a very small part of the story. Extremely small. I don't give a shit.
It's small as a fly, small.
Yeah. Another thing! This is where we see our first fly attack. This film concentrates on flies so much that
They make them out as apex predators.
I mean, basically, I think that the dude who was writing this was like, "Oh, hang on, I've got a twist. Let's take flies and make them just as deadly as a great white shark." I mean, seriously, the flies in this are just fucking ridiculous. They can kill people by flying in the face, and everyone's like, "Ah!" And don't tell me the flies didn't kill that first dude. Because this dude's on the floor, he's clutching his eyes, going, "Ah!" There's blood everywhere.
There's some people messing around, this guy on his own, a fly buzzing around. And his hand goes to his face, and everyone's gathering around him as he's screaming. Then he walks out blinded.
So basically, the flies did that.
Yeah.
You will find yourself saying that 100 times in this film. Flies did that. Flies did that. Flies did that.
Yeah.
They make out the flies to be like these badass monsters that are just badass and they're going to kill everyone because they're badass flies.
Then a load of boring crap happens. And then we get back this film that they've had.
The piece of film, you know, the one where the chick goes...
filmed. But when watching it back, it turns out that a bit of the original film has been mixed up. But then, remember what I said earlier? He had the whole reel of that film. It's like, oh, that bit of footage, that's the lost film that no one's seen in years. He just said he had the whole film.
Let me get this straight. He has the whole film. This part is unseen, right? Where did he get the inspiration to do that scene where she's like, shot for shot? Did he have the exact same inspiration as that dude to begin with? Because if he didn't have that part of the film, if he didn't have that part, what did he have to go by to base that scene on?
No, what he said was that it was a lost film. No one had seen the film in, 80-something years, I think it was.
So how did he get it shot for shot?
How did he know what to look like? How did they even get mixed up?
How did they even get the plot? If I just said, there's a lost film out there about aliens, you're not going to go out there, film it, and then someone be like, oh, that is exactly the same, word for word, sentence for sentence, scene for scene, as the one that it was meant to be. It just doesn't happen. It does not happen.
And then, we get a good idea for what would be good for in a horror movie.
It actually looks kind of good, yeah. It's like,
you got the new scene, mixing up with the old scene, filming in and out, and then flickering of an eye and blood.
Blood and everything. That actually looks kind of good for a horror film. But then you hear something really stupid. The producer says, no, cut it.
It's obviously a mistake.
You got a brilliant opportunity to make a good looking scene in your otherwise shit horror film. And what do? You want to fucking cut it. It's maybe an accident. It could be a good accident. You know, like in Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, you know when Han Solo said, when Leia's like, I love you, and then Han Solo's like, I know, that wasn't part of the script. That was a mistake, and it worked. No, actually it was like Harrison Ford like, no, I'm not going to say that, that's bullshit. I'm going to do my own line. Mistakes can make films better.
In Iron Man, they didn't finish the script, so many of the scenes were improvised. Even in an interview, Gwyneth Paltrow said she had no idea what Robert Downey Jr. was going to say next. He was that quick on his feet. And that film actually was quite good.
Mistakes can make films good.
Not all the time, but...
Not all the time, but occasionally they will. And this is one of those situations. If you get a really crappy horror scene where, would you rather have this? Or somewhere else like this, and it starts flickering with blood images, and it looks awesome.
Your new colour version fading to the old black and white one, and then creepy eye.
Another thing about the creepy eye, later on, this dude's like messing around with the film footage, and he's like
trying to look at it, see what happened,
trying to look at it, and then suddenly he looks at the screen, and there's an eye like this. With like black hair everywhere, and I'm like, okay, that looks like The Ring.
Yes.
But to add insult to injury, a fly comes out of the freaking screen just like in The Ring.
See, this film was set quite a few years ago when they still had reels of film where you could see each individual slide. I didn't know they had 3D TVs back then.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I swear to God, the fly comes out of the screen,
and you see
like in The Ring.
You see it go into his eye and turn it all red as it starts eating it. And that's what I presume they were doing.
Even though flies don't have teeth or
whatever,
or stingers or anything deadly, flies are basically pieces of meat with wings.
Not even meat.
A piece of shit with rings. And then suddenly they start coming out everywhere. There's millions and millions of flies that kills him. And I'm like, okay, those flies just killed that dude. I'm supposing since his office is right next to the fucking place where they're filming this thing,
someone would notice.
Someone would notice, but they don't notice until 2 days later. 2 fucking days later.
How stupid are people?
Do they not think to check on this dude? Say, mate, are you doing alright? No, they just...